audio, alternative digital mag side was like, I'm new at this station, so I'm like, long name. But what it does
What do the initials spell?
RAD.
There you go.
Rad. And they actually do a lot of stuff. They're doing a lot of stuff with internet right now. They're actually going to try to get a lot of bands together and probably put them into the internet, like a digital thing. Yeah. And so they said you might be interested in that. I don't know.
Yeah.
But okay. Yeah, the main thing I was going to ask you was, okay, how long has the band been together though?
Fire, yes. Water, yes. We will have drums played with fire and water.
Good.
Okay then. Can we start soaking 3 pairs of drumsticks, pair of Danny's, pair of mine, pair of Joe's, that deep in sterno, so that when we set them on fire, right?
Don't go out.
We can go da-da-da-da-da-da-da, and the action will subdue the flame, and hold the sticks up and the flame will burst up again. And it will be fantastic.
I realize it will be fantastic, but it will also mean all of you guys coming to the front of the stage, and it's already very crowded there.
Well, no. Well, yeah. No. Let's get like a jam jar. Soak
Yeah,
the
but you
sticks
can't do
in.
that on your drum heads because they'll go. Right?
No, because they won't be on fire.
Yes!
They won't be on fire when you're doing that with them. Trust me.
I would rather save that for tomorrow if you do not mind.
Okay.
There's more room.
All right.
Yeah, this place is pretty small.
I mean, with Bob Dog having his Fire Inferno going, we don't want to take
These guys did the guest list, I guess they interviewed you?
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. You're going to print something around.
Yep.
Sorry.
Yeah, okay, no problem.
The band started in 1990.
Okay.
Grew directly out of the Ministry KMFDM tour.
Yeah.
Bill Reefland and myself were the 2 drummers doing that.
Yeah.
And I'd look around the stage, I'd see Ogre, Chris Conley, Paul Barker, the guys from KMFDM, all these people, wild people in their own right. And we were all just covering ministry songs. And that was a wild tour. It was an unbelievably wild tour. We were escorted out of Salt Lake City. I remember it well. But I just remember thinking, I wonder what would happen if somebody said, okay, you're not ministry tonight. Do whatever you want. And that's what we did. That's how Pigface was born. Bill Reefland and myself booked some studio time in Chicago. And the day after the last ministry show, we told everybody, hey, we've started this thing, come on down to the studio. Everybody on that tour came down. Michael Balch from Frontline Assembly, Al Jogerson was down. He just drank 2 bottles of Bushmills. That was his vibe thing. The guys from KMFDM came in. David Yao from the Jesus Lizard, Trent Reznor flew in. It became this really vibey, cool thing. Albini produced it, and it was cool. And then we went out on the road and tried to recreate this anything goes, there are no rules, mutual respect, experimentation thing.
Good. Yeah, because I also know you, the one guy from Tool was here with you.
Danny, yeah. Danny's first show with us.
Yeah, and the one guy from Massacre, he's
Casper Brotzman.
This is his first show, right? Or second?
His second.
Yeah. He's telling me about that. That's good.
And we're not,
So
you know,
like,
we're not, we haven't rehearsed.
yeah, you just
like,
get up and play.
Whatever.
That's great. That is serious. I like that. Where you just get up and do whatever. Yeah, you had like Johnny Lydon play with you before, or
No,
you
John
haven't?
said he was going to do LA and he didn't.
Oh, okay.
So,
Okay.
Irish people are rude.
I can tell you there are other people who've been on this tour.
Okay.
Laura Gomel from Thrill Kill, Dirk Flanagan from 77
Gallagher,
Lectures
by the way. What's this Gallagher stuff?
Doug, the singer from Nitsa Ebb,
Oh,
singer from Murphy's Law,
Mom's got a real deep voice.
Al Kesey's from Swans, Sally Timms from the Mekons,
well, they get a lot of people on there.
bagpipe players, belly dancers. Man,
No guess.
and a lot of people, you know, we always end up like listing the names of the people and
Yeah.
whatnot. But there's been an awful lot of people who aren't in any bands. A guy drove down from North Carolina to Tampa with a shopping cart.
Okay, Dolly says
Just to
moving
play
the
the shopping cart. And you know, anybody's welcome to do that.
Okay, you and you're the original, and he's the two original people from Pigface. Or?
No, that's Joe. He plays with Elliot Sharp's band Carbon.
Oh, really? Okay. You actually one of the original people then from Pigface. Like, who writes pretty much all the music in the band? You do, or
Whoever's
do you
around.
Whoever's around. Whoever decides to show up and do it.
Whoever has an idea.
Okay. Also, okay, if you're just gonna say anything to anybody out there, like any of your fans or anything, what would you say to them?
Well, there are a lot of people who say stuff,
Yeah.
and it's almost like fill in the blanks. Okay,
Yeah.
we've got the band, we've got the image.
Yeah.
It's this and that and this and that.
Exactly.
And what's the crusade? Fill in the blanks. And for me, I've been around a lot of people who say a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
And most of it's just hollow words and bullshit. I would just say to people, look at what we're doing. We've changed our corner of the music industry for ourselves. It's an awful lot of hard work, 28 hours a day, 9 days a week. But when you put that amount of energy into something, you can change your situation. You can change the end result. And you can find fulfillment. And whether it's music or the construction industry or the art world, if you're prepared to work really hard, you can change things. And there's no magic dude in a Rolls Royce who's going to break down outside your apartment and discover you. You have to do it. And if you do it, sometimes it takes a really, really, really long time. And it gets just really discouraging along the way, and that's the test, that's the struggle. And just do it, and eventually something will happen that will fuel you. But if you just sit around and fantasize and complain and drink and do drugs and do whatever it is, distract yourself, then of course it will never happen.
So where's Pigface originally come from?
How do you mean?
Where did you actually originally come from? Like in England or?
Well, everybody's from, different
from
places.
everywhere,
I'm originally from England. I've been in the States for 12 years. Mary Biker still lives in England. Meg Lee Chin, who's singing with us tonight, is originally from San Francisco, but she's living in London.
Okay.
Ogus living in LA. He's from Vancouver. It's a nightmare of plane tickets. Somebody said to me, "Are you the instigator and the founder of Pigface?" I'm like, "No, I'm just the fucking travel agent." Which either in a physical sense, or like the astral plane, the spiritual sense, I kind of am. I just bring people together, and once everybody's together in the place, I just light the fuse and retire to a safe distance.
Okay, one last question I was going to ask you. Who do you think has inspired you the most with your music?
I'm moving my setup to the back room here. Let's see what we can do back here, Mike.
That's probably a pretty broad question considering how many people you work with.
A few people. There's like a lot of groups of people. One would be Charlie Watts, not for his drumming, but because I read an interview and he said, I always listen to a band and watch in any situation, because even if it's really bad, you can always learn what not to do. And sometimes that's more of an insight than trying to learn what to do. You can just learn what not to do and avoid somebody else's pitfalls. So that was an influence on me. The Beatles, I was in the studio yesterday in Seattle recording sitar backwards, along with a porno tape through a harmonizer and layered vocals, and then we put on Sgt. Pepper's, and I'm like, oh, just how innovative are we? Not very, you know. And so the Beatles, and just all kinds of different bits and pieces.
I'm sure a lot of times it all depends on who's around you too. A lot of times you could be around a group of people and you might get a little bit of inspiration from one person to the other.
Absolutely.
So where are you going to after this show here in Salt Lake?
Denver.
Okay. Yeah, I was talking to Papa Lee and stuff, and they said this is probably the first time you and Papa Lee and stuff have been in the same town together at the same time.
I didn't even know they were on tour.
Really?
Where are they next?
Were they next? I can't remember.
Are they going?
Colorado, so
Yeah.
we're going the opposite way.
Good.
Good.
Well, I don't mean, you know, look, we've been leapfrogging around Killing Joke as well, they're touring.
Yeah.
And it's kind of, you know, I still like those guys. I don't work with them anymore.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah, dude, you guys should have plenty of beer back there. There it is. Go talk to Mike. He'll say
Okay.
it's kind of an affirmation for me that there's Killing Joke are on Zoo.
Yeah.
I was at Zoo Records in LA before Killing Joke went on the road, and I saw 1,000 embroidered hats ready to be sent across America.
Yeah.
And I'm happy that Invisible Records, which is my label, with the limited resources we have, are successfully promoting Pigface to the point where we're outselling Killing Joke everywhere.
Yeah.
That makes me feel good about the machinery that we have to express ourselves through.
Okay, like I said, we are with Rational Alternative Digital Cybers, and what we would like to do is we would like to get added to your record label. Main reason why, because we want to send you a copy of this magazine to you.
Okay.
But I do appreciate you letting me talk to you.
Do you have an address or something?
Yeah, sorry, actually, it originates from Salt Lake City. The magazine originally does. And actually, I do. Actually, yes, it's back of the popular stuff. I can bring it back over a little bit later and give it to you.
Okay.
Actually, I'll give you the address.
Okay, and we'll stay in touch. We'll let you know what's going on with new releases and stuff.
Okay, sounds good.